Hey, this is 711Xeno, and this is my second YouTube video on ventriloquism. If you've seen my first ventriloquist video, you'll know what it's going on about. I mainly aimed it at the beginning of the ventriloquist line of what I did before I started looking for a ventriloquist puppet. I learnt the alphabet first. I chose a personality for the two figures that I've got. And also I chose a voice for the two figures that I've got as well. I did mention in this first video I've got two ventriloquist figures, and I did say I would be showing you one of them in this video. I'll be doing that in a few minutes. The first one I'll be showing you is the first ventriloquist figure I got, and I had him from over here in the UK, and I had him for my birthday last year. His name, when I first saw him on eBay, was Simon, but I was still having slight difficulty saying the letter M, and I changed his name from Simon to Andy, and then I gave him a surname, and now he's called Andy Stark. So I'd like to introduce you to my ventriloquist figure, Andy Stark. This is Andy. As you can tell, he's an older chap. The other guy I've got is a young lad, and he does look really young, the lad I've got. This guy, I've aged him round to be the age of about 20, 21. Not that old. I know you're not that old being built, but that's the age I've got you. That's the age I gave you. You're about 20, 21 years of age. When I do the acts or the shows, whenever I get to do them. And in the scripts that I've written for you. That's another thing you're going to have difficulty with, is the scripts. I've written so many scripts for Andy, it's unbelievable. It took me about 4 months to do one script. Yeah, and he still hasn't liked it yet. Thanks. Welcome. As you can tell, I've already picked a voice for him, and he's got his personality. He's a bit of a cheeky chappy when he wants to be. What I'm going to do in a few minutes is I'm going to take his head off for you so you can see what kind of controls there are, and also as well how he works basically. And I will then hopefully show you the next one of how he works as well. What's the matter? You're going to take my head off? Yeah, I'm going to take your head off to show these guys how you work. Gee, thanks. That's all I need to know. Well, at least I told you. Great, thanks a lot. Well, can I take your head off or not? Yeah, I suppose you can. Why not? Alright then, so I can take his head off then. This is gonna hurt. It's not gonna hurt. Yeah, it is. It's not. There we go. Right. As you can tell, I was holding the lever down to get his head out. That way then it doesn't clack on the body and break the jawline at the top here. And his top half of his mouth as well. Because that can happen as well. Right, if I can just get him into line shot for you. There we go. There's the controls for my Andy Stark. As you can tell, he's only a 2-levered figure. And the other one I've got is a 3-levered figure. And I'll be showing you him in the next video I'll be doing. I'll just do a little brief description of exactly how these things work. This little lever here is for his mouth, and you pull down on the lever and the mouth opens. But on some of the ventriloquist figures out there, and I've seen it, and they're mainly on the older figures, made in like the 60s, 70s or something like that, a little bit later, earlier on in the years. I've seen some figures where if the mouth lever is up like this, the mouth is actually open. So it's literally open like this. Or the lever is still straight. In order for them to close it, when they were first building the Ventriloquist figures, they actually had to pull the lever down to close the mouth. And then lift it up to make the mouth come open. So it's like in a reverse effect of this one basically, where I'm pulling down to open his mouth. They actually pull down to close the mouth, and vice versa when you push up. Also, this lever here, this one here, is his eye control. And if I can get him in line of sight for you, get him out of... there we go, I hope you can see that. But if I push the lever over to the right, he looks left. And if I pull the lever to the left, he looks right. As you've noticed with the eyes, if you're looking at the eyes when I'm moving the lever, he looks more right than he does left. I don't know why that is. I can't figure out why that is. I'm not going to even attempt to figure out why that is because I don't fancy damaging him. But he has got a trapdoor on the back of his head as well, which is underneath his wig. I'll just really use his wig for you. Oh, that's come off again. I've got to fix that. It's the Velcro to hold his hair on. Right, there we go. There's the trapdoor. And ventriloquists are bold. There you go. They're technically bold. But there's the trapdoor. And the bottom here, look. Goes all the way around. Goes all the way up. All the way around. Oops, daisy. All the way around. Basically, it's like a major big cutout at the back of the head. But it's called a trapdoor and it's held in by 2 screws. And inside there is all the mechanisms for the eyes and the mouth and everything else. Right, I'm going to put this back on. Actually, I might just glue that. That needs gluing. When I first had him, he was wearing different clothes as well. And I didn't like the clothes he was wearing, so I changed his clothes. Brought him into the now sort of era. He was more in the turtleneck polo shirts and sweaters, basically from like the 80s. And it didn't suit his personality. Also as well, when I had him, I did a bit of an alteration. Well, an alteration sort of thing, I added a little thing. I added this on the bottom of his head stick. This is called the head stick for the Ventriloquist figure. These are the head sticks, it's got the head on the top and there's the stick. Self-explanatory. I added this on the bottom as like a little bit of a hand cushion, because after a few days, after a while of practicing with him, holding the wood made my hand go a little bit sore, so I just put a little bit of padding on the bottom there, just to keep it a bit more comfortable basically. Also as well, I made this. Sometimes ventriloquist figures come with them, sometimes they don't. And what they call that is a head stabilizer. And basically what this is, and excuse the pun, it's knicker elastic or underwear elastic if you're watching this in the UK, in the United States. That's all it is. It's just elastic. And I cut it out and sewed it. Not very clever though, but it does. And I made 2 little eye holes, one at the top, one at the bottom. And they hook on the bottom of his head stick on the hook here. This was already here when I first had him. I just had to make a head stick stabilizer, and just fits on there like that. And it's what it is to stop the head from flipping side to side, back and forth, whatever, if you're walking around. And it fits onto the bottom of his body in here. I'm going to show you if I can. It's going to get rather personal for him. I'm going to start undressing him slightly. And there's only a figure. But here we go. This is what a ventriloquist figure looks like on the inside. Completely plain. That's what it is, completely plain. Without the head stick in there and the head attached to it, looks really plain. Anyway, if I pull this down, move it up a little, come further into the camera, can you see it? Here. It's right there. There's the other hook. And that's where the head stick stabiliser hooks onto. And you can actually see as well the date he was built and the person that built him. And the 7th of 2005, and he was made by Joe Bowley. So he's not really all that old. It's only a few years old, really. But that's my Andy Stark. I'm hoping I've got a brief idea now of what a ventriloquist figure looks like on the inside. I would show you the controls as well, but unfortunately I ain't got the time. Let's pan the backside of now. I was hoping to show you the controls. I might do that in a different video. It might be a little bit shorter, but I'll probably do it in a different video. But all I can say is if you're starting ventriloquism, going through ventriloquism, learning the alphabet, don't give it up. You're into a fantastic art. You really are. I'm glad I started it up a good few years ago. As I said in my first video, I'm still an amateur ventriloquist. I'm not a professional. I'm hoping you carry on. You're going to make a lot of people laugh when you get your character right, and also your scripts and that lot. So the only thing left I can say is thanks for watching. Happy ventriloquism to every single one of you. If you've learnt the alphabet already, well done. Fantastic, congratulations. Time to look around for a ventriloquist figure. Remember what I was on about though. Pick a voice first, pick a personality, get the name, and then choose your figure. And I hope to see you again soon in the next video I'm going to be doing. If you like the video, leave comments down the bottom, and I hope to reply to them when I get a chance to. This is Xeno 711 saying goodbye to every single one of you out there. I'll see you again soon.